Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Sprout. So, since last episode, I did a bit of work on the village, which we'll go over in just a minute, but I did a bunch of mining. I'm actually... where am I at right now? Okay, yeah, I'm actually coming from the mine in our town, right? And I'm all the way down here. So, I've done a bit of mining, to say the least. But while I was mining, I came across another dragon lair. So we're going to take this guy on. Let's see, we've actually got an Enderman. I'm going to try to pull him up here first. Maybe. There we go. Alright. But I've done a bunch of work on the town so far. And I didn't get a whole lot of work done on the house, but we do have some tier 5 buildings, which I'll show you in a minute. But let's go ahead and pop our buffs, and we'll just slow fall onto this guy. Oh, there's a skeleton there. That's not going to be great. Alright. No. No, you don't. Slow fall battle here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and throw that stuff out. Oh my gosh, there are mobs all over the place here. I didn't put on my fire resistance before I jumped in here. That's probably a bad idea on my part, but I'm not taking too much really damage here. This is a big dragon. This is a very big dragon. I almost think it's bigger than the one that we found, which makes me hopeful that it'll be a tier 5, maybe? Maybe? Okay. Whoa. Cannot get any damage on this guy. Like, I'll get him every once in a while and get the wither effect placed up on him, but... there we go. There we go. Haha. Okay. Not too hard to fight with our, like, slow fall and stuff. Let's go ahead and loot this guy if I can. Here. It would be nice. Baby zombies for days. I cannot, let's see, I cannot loot him. There we go. I didn't get anything from him. Are you serious? I don't think we got a single thing off of him. Just kind of clearing out this room. All these guys. Real quick. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dump some of this stuff off. Just because I've got like a ton of items floating around me. Yeah, we didn't get a single thing off of him. That's kind of a bummer, because there's one thing in particular that I've been looking for, but just not having any luck with it. I'm going to wait and come back and loot all this stuff, I think. I'm going to mark it. Dragon. Okay. But yeah, still no luck. Because these dragons can actually drop dragon eggs. So that we could start taming dragons, but still no luck. So, anyways, my inventory's full. I'm going to go ahead and pop back to the town. Those dragon roosts are super rare. It seems like I've only found, you know, the 2 of them thus far, and had no luck on either one of them with the eggs. But we are pretty set on resources for a while. We have a lot of resources now. But anyways, let's go take a look at the town. I'm almost level 100. You get so much XP whenever you go mining, like super fast mining. But anyways, I started working on the section that kind of comes down here. I decided to go with our slate, just because I was debating between making it like a wood bridge that kind of goes up, or doing like a slate thing, but I think I like the slate. And then over there, we're going to have like some supports instead of it being all the way up. And then over here, I've actually set up a third builder that I've started working with, started leveling and stuff. We now have 2 fishermen, and that's leveled up. That's really all the work I've done on this edge of the town. Most of the work's been over here. This is the level 5 town hall. It actually was not, or no, it was expensive. The level 5 warehouse was not expensive. But anyways, if we go in here, you can see it's a lot nicer. We have like a little enchantment area. We've got a jukebox, an anvil. This place is all like set up so you could live here if you wanted to. And then chests with item frames if you want to label them. A brewing area. Armor stand. They actually requested gold armor. And it was funny because I had gold of everything like unenchanted except for boots. So I actually had to make a spellbinding cloth. This right here. And I had to actually wipe the enchantments off of a gold set of boots that we had. So... but yeah, that's the town hall. It's actually pretty nice, I have to say. I love the triple floors going on there. The warehouse, it really wasn't that bad. The main thing it added was like an ender chest there. Upstairs, this is the way it looks. So that is a maximum level warehouse. And then if we step through here, we've got a level 5 delivery man, level 5 delivery man. I know I had some comments about the trapdoors. I'm just waiting until the stuff's level 5 to put them down because they move them, they replace them, and it's just easier if I just wait and just do it once level 5 buildings are done. So there's the 2 delivery men. We've got both of our lumber mills, level 5. The lumber mills and the delivery men were cheap. Very, very cheap. Okay. Then the, let's see. Back over here, we have a level 5 farm. This is the level 5 farm area. So there's actually melons and stuff here. And then up here, this is what it looks like. It's actually kind of nifty. It's like a big storage building. Then over here we have a level 5 stone bakery. This one, it's really not that expensive. A lot of stone, a little bit of bricks, but this one actually has an upstairs that you can go up to, and it's got like a little storage area back in here. Then if we pop on out, we also have a level 5 wood bakery right here. This one, it's not very big on the inside. It's funny because I have a Rhode Island red rooster that's just taken up there. And it's funny because this guy tends to get a lot of feathers. So we have feathers coming in. It's like an automatic feather farm. Which is kind of nice. I will say this has to go. This is what I'm talking about. These ugly roads. I do not like these one bit. I think these are horrendous. There's a couple things within mine colonies that now that we're getting to the point where we're getting level 5s and stuff's getting done, I'm going to go back through and make some alterations. The walls are one thing. I know I've had some comments about that. That is something I am planning on changing. And on the topic of the walls, I'll show you, like these steps, these aren't going to stay this way. Because it makes no sense. The steps come up and then you can't get over to this section. That's something that's going to get changed. And then that road is awful. Or this like pathway, awful. This does not look like a road to me. It looks like, maybe if the building was in ruins or something, but for being like a pathway in like a town, that looks awful. That's a level 5 guardhouse. Also, the guardhouse over by our actual house, right over there, is level 5 as well. But this is a level 5 guardhouse. And on the inside, we have like beds on each side, and then like some steps that are... It's kind of strange because the steps are right where the guard tower block is. But there's steps on this side too. Or, not steps, but ladder. They come up to a room here, and then up to the top. Right here. Alright, and then over here we have our stone builder. We already looked at that last. Oh, she needs spruce. She's working on thing. I've been bringing her stuff. This is the level 5 stone miner. Okay, now there is one particular thing that's kind of a bug within this building. But this is the actual builder. It needs a block of emerald. So semi-expensive, but we have tons of emeralds thanks to the dragon layers. He's just kind of getting started. You can see he hasn't dug all the way down yet. But there is one kind of bug. It was supposed to be fixed. I think it's fixed in the 1.11 version of Mine Colonies, but it's not fixed in the 1.10 version. It doesn't seem like. This right here, it says bricks. It's actually monster spawn eggs. And for them to build this, they have to have monster spawn eggs, like brick spawn eggs, to place here. And of course, there's no way to really get the little silverfish spawner bricks. So I actually had to cheat those in, which with it being a bug, it wasn't a big concern. I am going to come back through here and break these off, though, and replace them with regular stone bricks now that the building is done. But yeah, to build this, they have to have just 4 of them. All the rest of the bricks and stuff are standard stone bricks, but this pathway right here is monster spawn eggs. So it's just some kind of a weird bug, I guess, with the mod. And then the walls, I've brought them around. I've got to do some work here on this section, actual manual building for the walls to make it fit. You know, make it look like the walls actually slope right there. And then she's working on another gate here that kind of comes out to this section. So yeah, that's where I'm at on the walls. The walls actually take a little while. They do take a little bit. Because the builders tend to have to travel so far to build them. So I try to stock them up on the supplies because it's mainly like slabs, fences, stone walls, cobblestone, stone bricks, that kind of stuff. I try to stock them up on the stuff beforehand so they don't have to make as many trips back and forth. Because if they have everything on hand, they'll just go there and they'll just build it, you know. But even still, it does take a while to build the walls. So that's something I'm working on. Then if we take a look inside of our clipboard here, which I still need to name this in an anvil. First town, we have our level 5 builder, level 5 warehouse, level 5 town center. Finish walls, light everything up. There's a few other things that I want to do, like we're going to put like warehouse manage. We'll say warehouse manage. It's warehouse management. I want to make it so that the warehouse stuff, all of that's transferred to our storage system. But to do that, we're going to need blood magic, because I want to make sure that there's enough wheat. You know, we only get the overflow wheat, but the warehouse keeps a few stacks of wheat. Bread, we get overflow bread, but the warehouse keeps a few stacks of bread. Tools, I want them to be filled, and a certain amount kept on hand within a specified chest. Things like that, you know, I want to get blood magic up and going before I get into that too much. I've also added some other additions to the clipboard. Our Cobbleworks, that's pretty much the same. I did add Cobbleworks Continued because we are going to have more stuff in the Cobbleworks. And by Cobbleworks, I just mean everything from Botania, block-wise, and stuff like that we can create just using mana. Okay, so there's still a bunch of stuff that's going to get added to here. And in addition, we're going to have stuff like Dreamwood is going to be automated so that we always have like a drawer filled with Dreamwood. Things like that. We've still got to add that to there. Mods to start. This was added. Ice and Fire, Water Strainer, Roots, Runes of Wizardry, Blood Magic, Railcraft. Those are the ones that will be starting in the very near future. There's other things like Immersive Engineering and stuff that we will get started on later on down the road. But for right now, those are the upcoming mods that we'll be working with. Basic mob farms. I put these in here because we're going to do some mob farms are going to use modded aspects, but things like slime, enderman, stuff like that, we're probably going to farm with vanilla mechanics because it would be a bit of fun to do those a little bit different than we do in most of the series. I also put in here some cattle farms that we need to get started. Basically just the cattle. Cat factory, that's going to be fun. I haven't really done that too much before, and it's really, really good. If you have actually additions, cats are actually really powerful for resource farming. You can actually get automatic diamonds, emeralds, all that stuff from cats. So it's going to be fun stuff. And then I've also added a tab here for the desert town. I haven't added anything to that just yet. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. And today we're going to be doing a mix match of miscellaneous projects around the base, okay? Because we've done a lot of Botania lately, we've done a lot of exploring, we've done, you know, a lot of that stuff, but there's mods we need to get started with, some things that we need to do. I wanted to get an egg today, didn't quite work out. Those do take a while to find, so I don't know that we'll actually get ourselves our dragon today. That's okay. But we are going to, first up, we're going to start just the very, very basics of Ice and Fire, because that's something that I've been wanting to start of late, and it's just been getting pushed back and pushed back. So the first thing that we're going to need is a lectern. And if you take a look in here, it's just a book and some iridescent planks. And we'll go ahead and just set this up. We'll put it over here for right now, okay? Actually, no, we're going to put it up in the library. Where's my axe? There we go. Up in the library would make a little bit more sense. And let me actually, while I'm down here, let me go grab some manuscript pages. So I'll grab like a stack of those, and then let's also get some leather, and I'll get some paper. And we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a book as well. I think this needs a book. I can't recall. But we're about to find out anyways. So we'll set our lectern up for right now. We'll put it... Actually, kind of want it where the anvil's setting, honestly. So we'll put the lectern right there. And I'll set the anvil up right there. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a book in this slot. We're going to throw our manuscript pages in here. Okay, you know what? I actually forgot. We need to craft a bestiary. That's what we needed, not a book. So we got the Fantastic Beasts achievement. And then what we can do is we can just put our bestiary into here, put on our manuscript pages, and it's going to start running through this. Okay, now it takes a little bit to run through these manuscript pages. But basically, tell you what, I'll show you the book. And actually, the more manuscript pages you add, the more chapters it adds. Okay, so now, before it only contained the introduction, now it contains ice dragon eggs. What we can do is we can open this up, and you can see there's different tabs here. If we look at the introduction, basically it just tells you about the mod. You know, you can find silver and make silver armor and weapons. And this shows you how to make the lectern, how to make the gold piles, getting sapphires. And then it talks about adding more stuff to the bestiary, right? So then if we exit out of this, and then we can look at ice dragon eggs, and it's going to talk about how to hatch ice dragon eggs. Okay, but sadly we haven't found any dragon eggs yet. I can't remember if they can only come from the dragon layer dragons, or if they can come from any dragons. I can't remember if stage 5 dragons spawn in the world. I know they didn't used to, I don't think, but I'll have to double check. So, but anyways, we're going to let that lectern run for just a little bit. And really that's honestly about as much as we can do with Ice and Fire until we get ourselves a dragon egg. So that's kind of a conundrum that we're at with that at the moment. But speaking of Ice and Fire, one thing I want to show you that we're going to be using, because I have this idea that we're going to have like a dragon hatchery and a dragon roost and stuff set up. And I've actually been giving it some thought, and I think the dragon roost, okay, the dragon hatchery is going to be underground, but I think the dragon roost is going to be over there. Like, and have like a little pathway that connects, then have that kind of supported there and a big like dragon roost area over there. I think it'd be really, really cool. But these dragon skulls, you can place these down and you get these dragon skulls, like the item. And then of course you can pick them back up. Now that's a stage 3 dragon skull. Let me go grab a different stage so I can show you the difference in the stages, like the size of the skulls and stuff. Okay, so for right here I have a stage 4 and then I've got a stage 2 dragon. So just to give you guys an idea with that, here's a stage 2 dragon. Okay, here's the stage 3 dragon. And then here is a stage 4 dragon. Okay, and it goes up to stage 5 too. So as of right now, I don't have any stage 5 skulls. I probably would have had mine today, not done what it did, but I guess it can't be helped. There are still some small bugs within the mod, but that's, you know, that happens. And the mod is really, really cool too. I can't wait till we can actually get into it. Okay, so now we have snow villagers. Let me take a look at something here real quick. Okay, yeah, it looks like the eggs can only come from the cavern dragons. Okay, that's where the stage 5 dragons are. And, you know, the first one didn't drop any eggs. The second one, no luck either. So, but anyways, we're going to have to just keep running this bestiary through. It does take a little while to do that. Okay, our bestiary is done now. You can see no new information can be added. I mean, if we grab this out of here, we open it up, we have all the tabs. Okay, so there's 9 tabs altogether that you're going to have to run through this. And you can see we've got stuff for snow villagers, dragon materials, fire dragon eggs, fire dragons, ice dragon eggs, ice dragons, tamed dragons, and blood alchemy. Okay, and blood alchemy, we can actually make the swords, the dragon bone swords, which are actually really cool. We might make some of those, but for the most part, the bulk of the mod, we're going to have to get a dragon egg to really do a whole lot with that, sadly. So I'll keep looking, you know, I'll try to find another dragon area, and hopefully we can get a dragon egg next time. Now, one thing to note, no, it's not under this. It's under fire dragon eggs. You can see there's actually 4 different colors of fire dragons, and there's also 4 different colors of ice dragons. Okay, and these correspond to the different scale colors. So if you look at dragon scales, you can get all these different colors here. Okay. Now, long term, my goal is to get an ice dragon. If I get a fire dragon first, that's fine. We'll hatch it and we'll use it. But I'm going for an ice dragon. I would love to have like maybe one of these like lighter colored dragons, but we'll see. We shall see. There's also some other dragon taming equipment and stuff that we'll get down the road, but for right now, we're in no rush for that stuff. Now, in addition, on the topic of dragons, one thing I would like to do is, I've actually killed another fire dragon, but I want to go kill an ice dragon because I want to see if she has, you know, maybe another quest that comes after the ice dragons. And actually, on the topic of quests, I did, when I was underground, I came across a flesh lich. Okay, it's basically just a zombie with like some bones on his face, and he casts like fireball spells, so... anyways, let's pop over to the Ice Plains Waystone. And we're going to go try to find a ice dragon and take it down really, really quickly. Because I know there was some nearby. I think it's, let's see, we are right here. I think it's off to the west here. And I'm not going to read through, you know, all the entries on the... Oh, I like that rabbit. I'm not going to read... I hear him. Sounds like he's off in this direction. There he is. Alright, let's, Nope. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's go ahead and repop that real quick. Oh, he's come down to fight. Now, these dragons can actually grab you. I had that happen on the fire dragon that I killed between episodes, but there we go. Ice Dragon's Doom. Of course, I can loot this one fine. Just not the one that I really want to loot. I cannot loot that one. Okay. Let's see. What all did we get? Ice Dragon Flesh. Pop up here real quick. Okay, we got some Ice Dragon Flesh, some Silver Dragon Scales. I'm not for sure if I already have those. Then we got an Ice Skull. By the way, the Ice Skulls, they're slightly different than the Fire Dragon Skulls. I'll go ahead and show you that. Because we haven't killed a whole lot of Ice Dragons. I think that's only like our second or third one or something like that. But if we set that one down, that's a Ice Dragon Skull. You know, so they're a little bit less charred. A little bit more white. That was a stage 3 that we just killed. Alright, let's go ahead and return home, and we'll go turn these, some of these rep quests in, because I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to get from all this. I'm going to pop over here. By the way, one thing I wanted to bring to you guys' attention, because it just started since last episode, and I had to fix it. I was having a lot of crashes, just standing around in my town and stuff. There's a crash from the rustic containers. Normally they're sitting right here, okay? And there's like 2 little rustic storage cabinets. They're stacked on top of each other, and it's causing a crash. So I just came over here and I removed them. It crashed every time I broke one, but it stopped my random crashing standing around in the town. So just a heads up on that. If you're getting some random crashes, if you're near a Slayer's Guild, it could be that. And this is another thing that drives me insane, is the doors. Okay. Let's see. Death to the Dead, I've got that quest to turn in. And I'm going to go ahead and get Death to the Dead again. Okay. And we got a Heart Crystal, that's actually kind of nice. We get a Heart Crystal shard every time we kill those. Because that's about the only way I know of to get Heart Crystal shards is doing the Slayer's Guild stuff. And then, okay, there she is. Having slain the dragon, you return triumphantly. That's the fire dragon. And we got 8 iron coins for that. and 80 rep, which is nice. And then Ice Dragon, looks like same thing except no iron coins for that. Oh, we got 5 heart crystal shards for that. Was it 5 for that, just for the Ice Dragon? Aha! Okay, so it seems you aren't afraid to get your hands a bit dirty. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that's all she has is Ice and Fire Dragon stuff. Quests. Okay. And I'm sure you're still not, she still doesn't want to give us, access to her stuff. Okay, so we need 500 more rep in order to rep up with the Slayers Guild. We might try to do that today, because hunting dragons isn't all that bad. Yeah, we'll see. We might try for that today. But I think the next thing that I want to do is get into chunk loading, and I want to get into water strainer as well. Okay. Those are both 2 things that would come in handy. Water strainer mainly for aquaculture, because our fishermen get the fish from dungeon tactics as well as vanilla fish. But water strainer, we can get the stuff from aquaculture, you know, in an automated fashion. So I've got to get that stuff sorted. And we've actually got 7 heart crystal shards altogether right now. But yeah, I think the first thing we're going to go for is the chunk loading wards. Now these, if I recall correctly, these require 8 grid power each, I think, I want to say. Now I am going to want some golden lassos. I know I've got one lying around somewhere. It's probably right here. I think we'll just get one today, because I'm gonna have to get nether stars to really get a bunch more. Main thing I want to load right now is our house, right? So hopefully I can use those sparks a little bit more effectively. So we are going to have to make ourselves a contract first. And I'm not for sure how this is going to work with the changed villagers. Hopefully it'll work with them. We'll see. Grab some glass bottles. I meant to actually grab those glass bottles out and get Fire Dragon blood and Ice Dragon blood whenever I was killing those, but your hut's not too far from water. You're right next to water. Sometimes it pops that up and then they'll start fishing again like nothing ever happened. We're going to get a feather. Then I need the ink sac. And then what? Just paper. So there's that. And there is our contract. Awesome. And now what we need to do is we need to go find ourselves a villager that's willing to sign our contract. And I'm hoping that it works with the altered villagers. We're going to find out. So let's go to like this Waystone of Populace. Alright. I hear a dragon. Off in this direction, sounds like. Yep. There we go. Alright, let's get our spell book out. And let's do this. Ah. No, you don't. No, you don't. I should probably equip my fire resistance, honestly. Oh, looks like he's coming in for a landing. No, no he's not. Are you coming down now? Yes, he's coming down. Awesome. Alright, there we go. Okay. And let me go ahead and sleep. Those are really easy to kill with Blink and Slowfall now. Like, even if they're flying around or whatever, you just go after them. Okay. That was a stage 3. We tend to find a lot of stage 3s. I actually don't know. Like, stage 1, I don't think you find that, like, naturally. I'm going to hold on to those flowers. You use a lot of flowers when you start getting into the level 5 buildings, by the way. Alright, so anyways, I need to go back over here. And we're going to see if we can find a villager that will sign our contract. There's still another dragon somewhere nearby, but... Okay, this town seems to be completely abandoned. It happens. You got to keep going out further to find villages. I mean, the bankers are here. I don't know that they would... yeah, they're not going to sign my contract. What about this town? Any villagers here, by chance? I cannot find villagers, like, at all. Oh, wait, it looks like there's some over here. Somewhere? Maybe up there? Okay, so here's one. There's an armorer named Cameron here. We can right-click him. No, he doesn't want to sign our contract. It says, thanks, but no thanks. But no, but really no, but go away, weirdo. So he does not want to join our team. But it does appear that we can actually get these villagers. Miguel, I trust your face. Okay, I'm going to assume that means yes. So what we can do is we can hit sign. And then what we can do is grab him in a golden lasso. Oops. And... see. No. That doesn't say under contract. But maybe? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, let's head on back home and see if we can craft this up. And what all else are we going to need? I think it's just Eye of Redstone and stuff, right? And sticks. Yeah. Redstone, Ender Pearl, Resonating Redstone Crystal. Okay. Alright, so there's our Eye of Redstone. Then we just need some sticks. I actually have some stairs. Because I haven't put them into a drawer yet. I haven't figured out exactly where I want to place them. So, sticks are just right here. Okay, that did not work. Okay. Let me make, got paper. Let me make another contract, and we'll try this again. Maybe I'll try just with the ice villagers, since it didn't seem to work with him for some reason. And I guess since he doesn't want to go in there, he's instead going to go into our mob farm. Aha! Go get him, Miguel. I'm sure he'll end up dying or disappearing again. So ice villagers, I know a place. If we take the waystone, I know there's some. I know where some ice villagers are, but we're gonna need the waystone to get to those. Actually, right over there where the stronghold is, I know there's some. So okay, we're gonna head off towards the stronghold then. And actually, it just dawned on me we haven't started astral sorcery yet. So I'm gonna add that to our list of mods that we need to start up soon. Actually, it looks like all my villagers have died. Oh no, there's one over here. Oops. Okay. Let's try this then. Fingers crossed that this works. You, sir, have got X deal. Okay. So now can I get you? This just does not work at all. Yeah, I can't even open up the contract trade with him anymore. Like, I don't understand. Unless it's because they're all named. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, so quick sidetrack from the chunk loader, which we'll get back into that in just a second, because I did some testing between the last cut and this cut, and then I was making breakfast, and so I just went and I hunted down some dragons. We actually have... I don't think I haven't finished either of those since the last time I went back. But we're up to 1370 rep, okay? Because I was figuring, well, we'll just try to get the rep up, just hunt down some dragons. And then I warped to the ice plains to go hunt some more dragons down, because that's kind of where all the ice dragons seem to be. And I decided I'd go underground here and do a little bit of mining and see what I could find. And I found an ice dragon lair. Actually, fairly quickly. I did do a bit of mining through here, but we have an ice dragon lair. So I'm hoping that maybe it was just karma, or not really karma, but fate, that I didn't get an egg before. So hopefully we'll get an ice dragon egg out of this one, is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. But anyways, let's dig on in here. There's our prey. Okay. So let's go ahead and pop that and charge, which my leggings are actually broken right now, so that's a thing. Alright. Whoa! Oh, by the... I was going to tell you, by the way, I died, actually, and that's the second time that I've died. That dragon does a ton of damage. which is kind of scary. But I did die one other time, and it wasn't because of damage necessarily. Actually, before I go back, let me grab some leggings. I let those diamond ones break, but that's fine. I want to get into Ars Magica today, but I also want to get into Dragons a little bit today. We have... What about these? Unbreaking 3, Magic Resistance 3, Protection 3, Iron Leggings. I think those would be probably the best option that we have at the moment. So I'm going to throw those on. And we'll go ahead and warp. I have a little bit of a run to make. I can't remember exactly where I went down at. I've got to find it. My death's off in that direction. But the other time that I died was... I was fighting dragons, but I just fell to my death. You know, I forgot to buff myself up. I've gotten pretty good about it, but it just slipped my mind there for a second, and then it was game over, you know. Okay, I think we'll just come down right on top of it, grab our stuff, and then try to get into battle. I think my problem that time was just not having my leggings on, because, you know, of course the dragons... Is that... Oh, that's limestone. Man, limestone takes a long time to dig. I'm gonna step over to here then. Those dragons do a fair amount of damage, especially if you're missing an armor base. That was kind of my fault. I had just died too, so I didn't have that much as far as XP goes. Okay, here we go. But for the record, stage 5 dragons do massive damage. Oh, there's my stuff. Okay. There we go. And let me pop that up. I'm going to go ahead and put it on healing. Now let's get this guy. I've got full armor set on now, guy. There we go. Come on, dragon egg. Seriously? No. That was only a level 4 dragon. Oh my god. Okay. I got so excited too. I swear these dragon eggs are so rare. A lot of diamonds in this one though. Seems like so far. Well, maybe I just got lucky on those. And you'll notice this dragon, the ice dragons, actually don't have as much diamonds. You can see some diamonds up there. Not really any emeralds, but they do have a lot of sapphires. So if you're needing sapphires, they're definitely the ones to go for. But oh man, I tell you what, let me continue digging for a little bit longer, and I'll see if I can find an ice dragon. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this so I can come back and loot the stuff later. Oh, here's a fire dragon. I know there looked like there was something on the map there. Let me actually remove that and that. Okay. Alright, this guy shouldn't be as bad because I have fire resistance, you know. Most of his damage... This looks like it's probably going to be, I think, a level 4. Aha! Dragon egg! We got one finally. After a very, very long time of searching, we got ourselves a dragon egg. Sadly, it's not an ice one, but I'll keep looking for an ice one. You know, that's no biggie. Okay, and we completed both of those dragon hunting quests. So, let's go ahead and So let's go ahead and pop our return home charm. Alright. We can actually start Ice and Fire. I was about to start maybe Astral Sorcery. But if we can do dragons, I would like to start dragons. Let's head on over here. We're going to turn in that quest and see... Because I think that's going to put us at the next rep level. I think so. Oh, by the way, I killed another Dampier as well. When I was hunting dragons earlier, so... We did turn that in, but... Okay, let's go ahead and get our contracts. Fire Dragon, Ice Dragon, and now we are Friendly Rep, which it looks like Friendly is the highest you can get. It does keep counting your rep, but it does look like Friendly is the max at the moment. So let's see. Welcome, comrade. If you've got any dragon scales, I can forge them into armor for you. If you're after armor designed for dragons to wear, Well, I can help with that too. There's a price for everything, mind you. Okay, so she will sell us dragon scale armor. It takes 6 scales and a golden coin. Okay. And then iron dragon armor, gold dragon armor, and diamond dragon armor. I'm assuming that's not craftable at all. Nope, that is scavenged only. Okay. Alright. I wonder, do we want some dragon armor? Maybe. Maybe. We might grab like one of those today. I'd have to go convert my currency. I'd have to go run by the bank and convert that. I'm going to need to bring a bank teller. I'm going to have to start setting up some of those NPCs in our town, right? And I'm going to bring like some bank tellers over so that we have a bank like in our actual towns. And I'll probably do a bank in each town because we're going to have, you know, a couple different towns, of course. We'll have the desert town. I'm also planning on doing... What is with the lag all of a sudden? I may have to... Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, whatever. There it goes again. What is this? What is this FPS drop? Yeah, okay, I'm going to restart because this is pretty horrible. I'll be right back. Okay, now first up on the topic of chunk loaders. In my test world, we're going to do this first, then we'll get into dragons. Then there's something else I want to get into real quick. But on the topic of chunk loaders, they're not craftable. There's no way physically possible that I can find to craft these. I went into my test world. Ice villagers do not work. Standard villagers do not work. If you make a restart spawner or something with a villager, was that? It sounded like Moonstone probably. If you do like a restart spawner with a villager, the villagers come out and they turn into the Minecraft comes alive villagers. So there seems to be no way at all to craft these chunk loaders. I'm pretty sure it's just a bug. So what I'm going to do is, if I recall correctly, it doesn't consume your golden lasso when you craft one of these. But I tell you what, I am going to actually just dump the golden lasso. Okay, so we're going to say that the cost for this is 5 sticks, eye of redstone, and then a golden lasso with the snow villager, or whatever villager. I'm going to make sure they sign a contract, but then I'm just going to have to cheat in my chunk loaders, because there's no way for me to craft these, it doesn't seem like. And really, that's really it, aside from the FTB utilities chunk loaders, and that's something I want to move away from that. I don't think there's... Doesn't Railcraft have a... Oh, what's it called? It's not chunk loader, it's... That may have been removed, though, in 1.10, actually. There was, like, 3 different ones. I can't remember. But anyways, it doesn't... I think that was removed. So I think really our only option is the X Utilities chunk loaders. Which is fine. I actually like those. They're very, very, like, not laggy, and I've never had any kind of corruption issues with them. But anyways, we're going to say that's our cost, right? Our lasso, our eye of redstone, and our 5 sticks, and that gets us a chunk loader. And we'll make sure that we get a villager that signs a contract each time. But anyways, I just cheated in a chunk loader because there's no way to craft them. And honestly, the FTB utilities, like I've mentioned before, for one, we've already used up all of our allocated chunks, chunk loading the town, because the limit is 50. And honestly, I want to get rid of all of those. That was kind of a short-term solution, but FTB utilities in 1.7 and in 1.10, it's very, very bad because it tends to corrupt chunks over extended play, you know, and it's not something that I want to use long-term. So, anyways, let's take a look here at our chunks, and I think, let's see, if I was to put it like right here, let's say, it would load all of this. Okay, so let me actually pull it up right here. I'm thinking that we'll try to load that, and then, of course, the center block. Because these chunk loading awards load a 3x3. And so for right now, I think that would be good. Now, long term, I'd like to have the whole village chunk loaded. I also need to get the Botania area chunk loaded, but this would cover my Corporea Sparks, my villager, so hopefully he doesn't vanish anymore, and a lot of that stuff that I'm having issues with at the moment. So, let's see, the wilderness is right here. let's go ahead and let's put it right in here, okay? Along with the Elven Mana Spreader, we'll set it right there. There's a power drain of 8 on that, which is fine. I was actually wanting to get our dragon meal today, but we have to go fight the Wither a few times. And there was also something else I wanted Nether Stars for, but I don't think we're going to get to that today because I've spent so long trying to get dragon eggs. I am going to go ahead and claim these chunks. Claiming doesn't load them, but it also, claiming does disable explosions, and it gives me a visual representation of where I have loaded. I like to use it for that, but I don't particularly like using the chunk loading feature of it for an extended period. We also have 21 Heart Crystal shards, so we'll go trade those in. We should be able to get up to 20 health from that. And I'm also going to want to convert currency, and then let's get into dragons. Okay? Okay, so on to dragons. Now, for a fire dragon, it's actually different depending on if you get an ice dragon or a fire dragon. If you get a fire dragon, the first thing that we're going to need is just a piece of netherrack. Technically, you could do this on just dirt or, you know, whatever you want to use for burning. But, of course, netherrack it's not going to extinguish after a short period, so I would suggest netherrack for this. I think we're going to put our dragon down. We're going to hatch him, like, right in this little area here. Okay? So what we'll do is put down our netherrack. Let's make him a little spot here. Put down our netherrack, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place our dragon egg. So it's going to be a bronze dragon. We're going to set it down right there, and then we're just going to light that netherrack on fire. Okay? And now you can see the egg starts shaking. Now, while that's hatching, it's going to take just a minute to hatch. There's a couple things that we're going to need from Ice and Fire. First up, we are going to need to get ourselves our Dragon Command Staff. Okay? This requires a dragon skull of any kind. I don't think it has to be fire. And then a stick. Alright, so let's go grab that stuff real quick. I've actually got a lot of stage 3 fires, so I'm going to grab one of those. And we'll just throw this together. And there's our Dragon Command Staff. And then we're also going to want to get ourselves a Dragon Horn. That's crafted just like that. Okay, so let me get one more stick. Alright, so there's our little dragon. Now what we can do is we can right-click him and interact with him. No, stop. Let me get my staff out here. You need to stay. Okay. Anyways, we can right-click on him and take a look. You can see he's unnamed right now. Health is 20. He's a male. Hunger is 0 out of 100. No! He's a stage 1, 0 days. And then the owner is me. And you can see there's slots here for his armor to go on. Now, I don't think we can actually put armor on him just yet. I think we're going to have to get him just a little bit. No, don't wander. I want you to come with me. Let me right-click him, and then we can store him in our dragon horn, okay? And then what I can do is then just come up here. If I want him to live up here, we'll say live right here for right now. Right there. And I think he's still set to stay, right? Yeah, okay. So we have ourselves a little baby level 1 dragon. He's so cute. He's so cute. Alright, now the next thing that we're going to need to do is make him some food. Because we want him to get bigger, and basically there's different growth stages all the way up to a growth stage of 5. This is the reason why you don't really see any stage 1 dragons. The first ones you actually see out in the world are stage 2. Stage 1 is just a really small baby dragon. You don't really encounter these, at least to my knowledge, in the world. It's always stage 2 to stage 5. I guess technically you could probably kill a baby dragon and maybe get its little bitty baby dragon skull, but I would feel terrible doing that. I'm assuming you could probably... I've never tried it. I'm probably not going to try it. Unless I have a ton of dragon eggs and I feel really heartless one day. Alright, but what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make ourselves a dragon meal. Actually, a bunch of these, honestly. We can do this with any kind of meat. Okay? I'm pretty sure, yeah, raw chicken, cooked chicken, raw beef, steak. You don't have to cook it. Just any kind of meat. It can't, you know, it has to be meat. And it does work with Animania, so all of those animal products will work as well. So let's get ourselves some bones. We'll grab like a stack of those, and I will say we're gonna need to get We might do like a vanilla automatic chicken farm. Maybe. Because we're going to need a lot of meat. Like a ton of meat. I've got a bunch of raw beef. And I've got a bunch of raw chicken. Let me go ahead and grab the chicken for right now. We're going to start feeding this guy up a little bit so you can see it. But I doubt we're going to have enough meat to really do a whole lot with him just yet. So dragon meal, we can get 12 of those. That's not even going to scratch the surface of how many we need. But anyways, then we can just right-click him, and you'll see that he got just a little bit bigger. And he got more health, right? Feed him again. There we go. And every time I'm feeding him, he's getting like 3 to 4 health. He started out with only like 20, now he's up to 35. So we can keep feeding him and getting him a little bit bigger. Now you'll see that he's still a stage 1, he's 12 days. Okay, that's because I've given him 12 meals. Every meal is a day in his stage growth. Alright. Hunger, he's not hungry at all. He has up to 66 health now. Alright, well let me go grab more bones. That's what I need, more bones. And I'm going to grab that beef. Might as well just give him all the meat that we have. Because we want to get our dragon grown up. Because we can't actually use him for much of anything just yet. Let's see, we've got pork chops. I'm assuming horse meat would probably work as well. Oh yeah, this crafting grid's not a good one. I need to update this one. I wasn't planning on actually using it all that much, but I need to dump off my inventory a little bit here. I wonder if you can mix match meats, because I haven't tried that. Yes, you can. Okay, that's good to know. Something's wrong with the vanilla crafting tables. It's just wrong, because they will just like, you'll go to craft something and it'll be like, haha, you didn't actually craft this. And it drives me absolutely insane. Okay, I've gotten all of our meat at the moment. I don't think you can use like squid meat. I don't think so. You're still hanging out over there? Good. It does not work with horse meat. Interesting. Well, at least all the Animania stuff is implemented. I'm going to try doing horse meat manually, but no, it does not work with horse meat. And probably squid meat, I imagine. I'm pretty sure it's just Animania and then mutton and all that stuff. Okay, but we've got 18 meals. I think this might be enough to get him to a stage 2 dragon. Let's see. He's still stage 1, 21 days at the moment. I think it's like a month of growth, roughly. Okay, he's a stage 2 now. 28 days, about 25, 26, somewhere around in there. Aha! Yes, you're growing. You're growing up on me. Okay, so he is a stage 2 dragon now with 135 health at the moment. And let's get him healed up just a little bit. So I've got a bunch of raw fish. Actually, I wonder, can you make dragon meal out of raw fish? No, you can't. Okay. Nope. I wonder if it can eat raw fish. Oh, I hope so, but it's very, very possible that it will not eat raw fish. If so, if not, we're going to have to go out and try to... Nope. I thought ice dragons could eat raw fish, but maybe not. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and kill just a few animals. Because I want to get his health up just a little bit. I want to show you how that works. Just really, really quickly. And I tell you what, I'm going to take him with me, too. We can take him in our horn. You know, you can always carry one dragon per horn. Alright? And eventually we'll get into, like, dragon breeding and stuff. And I'm thinking we'll have, like, a bunch of dragons. Eventually. I still want an ice dragon. That's the one that I want to be, like, my baby. You know, my dragon. But until we find one, fire dragon works just as well. But I would like to get... There's some cows. Alright, I'm going to go kill these cows. I need to get some animals set up. I might do that between episodes, like set up a little area. For right now, we'll just do manual, like breeding and feeding and all that stuff. But, there we go. There's 2 pieces of raw beef. And you. And you. Okay. Alright, there's a few pieces. We should be able to get his health up a decent amount from that. Alright, so we'll come up here. And we'll just set him down right here. And then what we can do is we can take our raw meat. And if we want to get his health up, we can just right click. So you saw he went from 51 health to 54. It's like 3 health per meat. Actually, raw beef is a little bit better. So, alright, so he's up to 87 health. Awesome. Awesome. And then what we can do is we can just sneak and right-click. Alright, is it sneak right-click? No, it has to be over stage 2. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let me go out and just kill some animals. I want to get up to a stage 3 dragon. Just so you guys can see it, because it is rather cool. I don't want to fight you, really. Actually looking for animals at the moment. Okay, prime pork and prime chicken does not work. So just a heads up on that. I'm not for sure about venison. Venison does not work. I did hunt down a few animals, but then I got to thinking, I think we have some cooked animal products here. Not a lot. Cooked rabbit, cooked chicken, cooked steak, cooked pork chops. I don't think cooked fish work. Okay, well, let's see. Alright, well, we got 14. I'm going to feed these to him and see if we can get maybe up to a level 3. Takes a lot of food to level these guys up. Nope, he's still a stage 2. But you can see he's getting a lot bigger now. He's sleeping right now. Alright, let me go kill some more animals and see if we can get this. Actually, I'll tell you what. I should be able to pop over to... if you go to a lot of the Waystones of Populous, a lot of these have food. A decent amount of cooked food in them. You just have to find Blacksmith's house. They always have a bunch in there. It looks like this one does not have any, though. Awesome. There's a lot of animals around this one, though, so I should be able to get... Because I think we only need, like, 6 more or something like that. It's not that many. And then after we get up to stage 3, it's not so much of a rush to get him leveled up. He does become more powerful and, of course, have more health and stuff like that as you level them up. But, okay, honestly, I think I've got enough here, so... Let me just head on back over here to the town. So how many dragon meals can we get now? There's 11. 11 of them. That should be enough, I think. Don't quote me on it. Alright, so let's summon this guy back out. Yep, stage 3, 55 days. I think around 50 days is when he becomes stage 3. Awesome. Okay, so now... And he's got 231 hit points. Now what we can do is we can sneak, right-click, and we can actually get on him. So you can see we can ride this dragon. Okay, now I need to check my controls and ice and fire. A couple things I want to check here. Okay, here we go. It's under gameplay. So dragon dismount, I'm going to use... We'll use add on my Naga. Or no, actually I'd rather have Dragon Breath as 0, Dragon Strike as add, and then dismount we'll do like... We'll use numpad 5, okay? Alright, so now what we can do is we can actually take off with this dragon. And there we go. Okay, so spacebar is going to increase your elevation, and shift is going to decrease your elevation. And then if we do, let's actually fly a little ways away from the town here. Okay, if we do, there we go. Okay, so that's Dragon Fire, by the way. So if I'm flying over here, there's some mobs down there. We can hold Dragon Fire button and cause him to shoot fire out. Now there's a chance, sometimes you'll see fireballs come out. There's a chance that he'll fire off fireballs whenever he attacks. Oh, we got that zombie all up in the fire right now. And the chance gets higher the higher stage he is. So once we get up to a level 5, there'll be a higher chance that, you know, he'll fire those fireballs off. Now, Dragon Strike is just a really powerful melee attack, so it's pretty slow. Come on, do it, do it. There we go. It's kind of weird, but anyways, we don't like to be on the ground with our dragon, anyways. So, double click takes off flying. I like the Dragon Breath, just riding through, just creating chaos. And I like the dragon controls a lot too, because you'll notice it's fairly fluid. I mean, it kind of has like the jitters a little bit, but even still, it is very, very fluid flying this thing. And turning is super, super simple. You know, the Dragon Mount mod, it doesn't feel nearly as fluid as Ice and Fire does when it comes to flying your dragons. So can I get you? There we go. Haha. And we can pick up items while we're on our dragon too, which is nice. Did I just feed him? Yes, I just fed him. Okay, so you can actually feed your dragons while you're riding on them. Just be like, hey, what's up? Get you some food here. Okay, so where is our nearest... There's a fire dragon. Hello! Here we go. Fire dragon battle. Let's do this. Oh, I got him. I got him. Oh, he just hurt me, though. Got me down to 40 health. We definitely don't want our dragon to die, so I should probably stop this madness that I'm doing, but... It's too much fun. Oh. Okay, he's landed. Now he's pretty much easy pickings for us because we can just roast him. There we go. Dragon is dead. And I should be able to just fly over and loot that dragon. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Okay, that's how we're going to start hunting dragons from now on. Oh, who's attacking me? It's an ant worker. Okay, well, my dragon is wounded at the moment. I don't want to keep pushing him. I can't... Okay, maybe I can't feed him. Oh, there we go. I just have to, like, find the right place to click. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We are going to, just really, really quickly, let me actually go back to this town. I need to find a bank teller. He's, like, wanting to do, like, some weird jitters here. Let me actually bring him in for a landing. I'm going to go kill these. I'm going to put him away because I don't want to take a chance on him dying on me. And I'm going to kill these sheep. So now that he's up to a stage 3, we should prioritize keeping his health up, and then any extra food that we get, we can use for leveling him. Okay? And actually, now that I think about it, the health that we get back from feeding our dragons should be based on the nutrition, I think, of the food, and so I probably need to cook it first. We get a little bit more bang for our buck from that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get our very first golden coin. Okay, just one of those for right now. Because I do need some iron coins on me, and I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and get, I'll convert these two to iron coins, but now that we can sell dragon parts, getting coins, it's not really that big of a deal. I just haven't converted everything over, as of yet, and then I guess what we're going to do is we are going to head over to, let's see, I need to head to a monastery first up. So we'll head over to this one, and we're going to convert our heart crystals, since we've got a few of those. There's 2 heart containers, and now we're up to 20 health. Okay, so that's a step in the right direction, and then the next thing that I'm going to want to do is there's a Slayer's Guild right down here. Tell you what, we actually level at a very decent rate now. With the blink and the buffing combos, like, blink itself doesn't give you, like a ton of, that's close to where I was wanting to go. She keeps, like, shoving me or something. Blink doesn't give you a ton of XP, but, you know, you use it a lot generally, so it kind of works out. Okay, I would like to buy something from you. Actually, I'm going to want that. I'll tell you what, I've got dragon parts. Let me grab, Fire Dragon Heart, Dragon Skull. You want to buy these? Or wait, it's this backpack, right? That has all the, yeah, it's this backpack that has all the bones. I don't need nearly this many bones. I have tons of them back at the house, so I'm just going to sell off some of these. Okay, we got a half stack of coins. I'll buy more later, but now we can buy ourselves some gold dragon armor. Okay, gold dragon armor grab bag. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's see what we get. Because I think my fire dragon, I want him decked out in gold. The fire dragons, to me, they look better in gold armor. The ice dragons look better in diamond armor. Iron armor, meh. We might put it on a couple dragons, but let's see. We have tail armor. Awesome. Okay. And then I'm also going to want some armor from her. Okay, because that's why I got the gold coin. And we've got sapphire dragon scales. That's the one I think I'm going to go for first. So let's buy ourselves a sapphire dragon scale armor bag and just see what we get, okay? Because I want these to go on the display stands. I might even wear some of the pieces because they're really good, actually. But let's see what we got. We got dragon scale leggings, okay? They're actually a little bit of an upgrade. I was hoping for like a helmet or something. You can kind of see them right there. They do look really cool when you have the full set, but I don't have the money right now to get the full set. Between episodes, I'll probably sell off a lot of our excess dragon parts and maybe get us maybe a full set of sapphire or something like that would be cool. But let's go ahead and summon our dragon real quick, and we're going to throw on some armor onto this guy. Okay, Mr. Dragon, you get some tail armor. And you can see they have like upper body, lower body, tail. Actually, I think that's upper body, that's lower body, something like that. Tail, and then headpiece. Okay? And if we take a look here, you can see now his tail has gold armor on it. Awesome. Awesome stuff. He's all spiffy. I'm just going to have to get his health back up, honestly. Before next episode. I've got all that mutton, though, that I can cook up and everything. Okay, and I just sold up a bunch more dragon parts, most of the stuff that we had. And I got 3 more gold armor, gold dragon armor grab bags. So let's pop these. We got head, body, and another tail. Okay. I think I want to get the last piece, though. Let me grab... How much do dragon scales sell for? Because I have a ton of red dragon scales. Oh, it's 2 for 1. There's 32. Let's buy another one. I'd like to get a full set of armor here. Yes! Haha! Okay. Alright, that's perfect. Let me throw that in there because I don't need another tail armor. And of course, this armor is going to make the dragon, you know, more survivable. Just like armor would on you. So, alright, let's go ahead and bring him out. And there we go. There is our fully armored dragon. Haha! Awesome. Awesome stuff. Now, of course, diamond armor is a little bit better, but that's okay. It's more expensive too, though, of course. There we go. Haha! And that's what we look like. And the dragon's going to get much bigger, too, because this is only a stage 3. Okay. Wait till it's a stage 5. Now, a couple side notes. I know I got sidetracked earlier when I was talking about it. First up, if you get an ice dragon egg, the way you're going to hatch that is you're actually, instead of having it on fire, you're going to put water over it. Okay? And then that ice dragon egg will hatch if you put that water in it. And then also a couple other small tidbits. First up, your fire breath. Just be careful because it can burn stuff. You can actually start forest fires, or you could burn down... I could burn down my whole village if I'm not careful, since a lot of it's made out of wood. And then if you get an ice dragon, it actually freezes stuff. So you can freeze... You can actually make snow where it breathes. And if I recall correctly, it can actually freeze water too and turn it into ice. So, or ice, yeah. So it's a good way actually to get snow. If you have an ice dragon, you could make snow that way. But we're going to do it with Britannia, but still. I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. So, anyways, if you got a fire dragon, just be careful not to burn down your town. But yeah. I think with that, I know it's about wrapping up point. I know we didn't get as much done as I was originally planning. I was originally planning to get into water strainer, but the egg took a bit longer to get than intended. But I am happy that we have a dragon now. Okay? And now we just have to keep feeding it up until we get to a stage 5 dragon. So, and I'm going to have to build our dragon hatchery and our dragon roost. I'm going to have to start that now. Because I want a place to like land my dragons that connects right over to the house. I mean, right now, this right here works. I have this nice little landing area, but eventually this is going to be a porch type area. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get that sorted out pretty soon. And I've got all this mutton. I'm going to cook that up real quick, which by real quick I mean... Where'd it go? Didn't pull it out of my backpack. I'm going to cook it up very, very quickly. And then what we can do is we can set him down. Pow. And let's get some health back in this guy, because he is a little bit hungry. There we go. That's a lot better than just feeding him the raw meat. Okay, so he's up to 186 health. That's a lot better. But between episodes, I'll try to get some more meals made. I won't feed him without you guys, because I want you guys to see how big he gets. Like, but I may try to make up some more meals and stuff between episodes. But with that, I know it's wrapping up point, so I am going to end it out here. One thing I do want to do, though, is we can mark off Ice and Fire. We've started Ice and Fire. You know, we're not done with it, but we still have more. We have started it, though. Next episode, we will probably work a little bit with the Cobbleworks. I'd like to get... I know I keep saying we're going to start that, and then I keep getting sidetracked, but next episode, my goal is to at least start working a little bit on the Cobbleworks, and I do want to start Water Strainer as well. Possibly Astral Sorcery or Railcraft or Roots. Those three are probably the next upcoming ones. Water Strainer really won't take that long, but I do want to get it started, you know, setting that up and getting it automated and connected into our drawer system. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay up to date with when new videos come out. There we go. You kind of have to like move forward and double click to get him to take off. And the Dragon Strike attack, by the way, is his head has to be like right there, because he like bites at him. But it does do massive damage, so. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and we will see you guys next time. And by the way, I'm going to name the dragon. I just got to come up with a good name for him. So, if you guys have any suggestions, you know, put them down in the comments what we should name our very first dragon. But I am going to try to come up with a name between this episode and next. So, anyways, I will see you guys next time.